everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day. Today you joined me for a really exciting video. I am collaborating for this one with Sophie from Sophisticated Organisation, and we are going to bring you 10 items that you can declutter right now. When you first begin your minimalism journey, it can be so overwhelming knowing where to start. It feels like every single room in your house is in need of a good declutter and you don't know which room to pick, which area to focus on, which items to declutter. So we're going to bring you 10 things that are so simple that you can declutter them right now. So I'm going to bring you 5, and then after this video there's a link in the description. You can head on over to Sophie's channel and catch her 5 as well. Sophie's channel is amazing if you're looking for tips for cleaning and organising. She has got so many tips and tricks that I've never even seen before that I'm really looking forward to using in my own house. Her ideas are so unique, and I promise you, if you have a look at some of her videos, you will see organisation ideas that you have never seen before. She's really good. So after you've seen my 5 items to declutter now, head on over to her channel and she will give you her 5, and then you'll be perfectly situated in the right place to then learn how to get yourself organised after you've done your declutter. Okay, so let's get into it. The first of my 5 items is those socks that are at the bottom of the drawer or the pile, however you store them, that you just don't reach for. And I'm sure it can't just be me, we must all be guilty of it. We have our favourites, whether it's newer ones, softer ones, particular patterns, ones you know don't have holes in. There is something about it, we always reach for the same socks. And I think people are starting to notice in some of my videos I am always caught wearing the same socks. My Dalmatian socks, they are there, they are present in a lot of videos, and I don't know why they always come up. I don't know if it's always because I film at the weekend and after I've just done laundry, they're the first pair I grab for, no idea. But we all have those socks that are our favourites, we use them all the time, and then there's just the ones we don't, and if we do pick them up we probably go, nah, and put them back. Get rid of them if they're sat there at the bottom of the pile and you're not going to wear them because they're not your favourites. Let's declutter them right now. The next one is boxes and other sorts of packing items that you keep just in case, because one day we're going to have to mail something or ship something and we're going to need that exact box. We've all been there. Do not feel bad if this is you, but do let go of those boxes. They take up a lot of space and they can be recycled, so you don't have to worry about any sort of waste coming from getting rid of unused boxes. Even if you just want to keep one, just in case, if it's a really unique size or shape, fine. But we don't need, you know, a whole cupboard, or in my case it got to the point where I had like a massive stack in the corner of my garage. We don't need them, let's declutter those as well. The next one are books that are living in your bookshelf that you say you're going to read, but you're just not going to. There can be loads of different reasons why you bought the book in the first place. It sounded like it was going to appeal to you. Maybe you even started it, but it turns out for whatever reason, the genre, the style of writing, whatever it is, you just couldn't get into it and it's not your cup of tea. That's all right, you are allowed to let that go. I know for some of us that can be quite difficult because once we've started something, it's like we need that closure, like we need to finish it. But don't feel guilty, you can let that book go. For me, I recently did a declutter of my books because I was keeping some that had my notes in from when I did A-level English literature. If you're not from the UK, A-levels are the exams you take at the end of school in year 13 when you're 18 years old. I told myself I was going to reread those books because I probably didn't get the full effect of them when I read them when I was 17, 18 years old. And you know what? Some of them I absolutely hated. I didn't enjoy reading them for A-level English literature, and when you're at school you don't always get to pick the texts that you study, you just sort of get told which ones you're going to do. And there were some I absolutely despised, and I said to myself, why would I want to read them again? It might be a great work of literature, but that doesn't mean I personally enjoy it. There were some I loved and there were some I really didn't, and so I let those go. There are a few others on my bookshelf that I know I still need to let go of. About 1.5 years ago, that's how long it's been there, I was in a charity shop and I saw a book I read when I was at school, probably a bit younger, around GCSE age, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet, I really want to read it again. It's a book aimed at teenagers, it's not even an adult book, and I bought it, and guess what, I've not picked it up. I've got plenty of other books that I actually want to read that I'm working my way through. One of my goals for 2021 is to read them all. It's a very slow process. But you know, if there's stuff on your bookshelf you're not going to read, you don't have to feel bad about decluttering that. You can donate that item, it's not going to be wasted. So let's get rid of those and just focus on reading those books we're actually going to enjoy and get something out of. The next one is very simple and actually something you can do quite regularly, and that is to get rid of any pens that have been left in the drawer or the cupboard for so long that they don't even work anymore. Pens can dry up, so even if they look like they've got a full thing of ink in, they might not even work. I probably do this twice a year, and I just go through all of my pens and just do the scribble test. You get a piece of paper, you do a quick scribble. If the pen works, you keep it. If the pen doesn't, you get rid of it. Simple as that. I am one of these people that feel like, you know, you should never buy pens because you always end up with pens. I don't know how I accumulate pens. I've got pens from hotels, pens that I've probably picked up at work, pens that you get free with certain things. Pens seem to just manifest out of nowhere. So I'm the sort of person that feels like I should never have to spend my money on a pen because they just sort of appear. And so an extension on that is I will never get rid of a pen that works because I can get the use out of that. But when it's dried up, there is literally no point in keeping it. So let's have a look through the drawer, let's do a scribble test, and let's let them go if they don't work. And my last one is cables, wires, cords that don't seem to do anything. We all have them. They might be in the junk drawer, they might be in the garage, they might be, I don't know, in a random cupboard somewhere in your house, in a box. But we all have those cables that we're not even quite sure what they go to, or we might not even have the device anymore that they're used for, but we just feel like we have to hold on to them just in case that device appears again out of nowhere, or you suddenly realise what it's for and then you'd regret getting rid of it. If you've not used it in 6 months, a year, 2 years, you're probably not going to need it. If you've genuinely got no idea what the cable is for, you don't need to keep it. And if you're quite an organised person, you probably keep the cables you need and use with the device itself anyway. So the fact that this is a miscellaneous cord that has just ended up in a box somewhere goes to show that you don't really need it. I would say there are a few exceptions to this rule, and that is if you've got sort of multi-use cables and cords, things like extension leads. You might need one of those, so I always keep one spare in my garage. If they start to accumulate more than that, if I decide at some point I don't have the need for one anymore, I'll declutter it. I don't need more than one. Or you might have some universal cables that fit more than one thing that could be useful, but otherwise, really, get them out. You don't need them. Okay, so those were my 5 items out of the 10. So you now need to go and head over to Sophie's channel, Sophisticated Organisation. The link is in the description below. You will really love her content, so head over there, check out her 5 items, and then stick around for some more videos if you want to get your organisation game like super high. She is amazing. And her channel isn't just about cleaning and organising, she also does a lot about making your house a home, really making the most out of your space. Incredibly positive vibes over there, so check her out, I know you'll love it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you for the next one. Take care, bye!